We're starting in 2 minutes, guys. We have the Tarzanian King joining us today, a multi-asset day trader. Best question gets a 50K Maven challenge. So get your questions ready. Share this around, guys. It's going to be a good one. All right, boys, we're back. We got a lovely fireplace going in Mark's background there. He's looking as professional as we've ever had any guest on here. I think usually people just kind of hanging out, and he's fully dressed up in his, what is this? What we call this? A hunting dress suit.
Yes, sir. The Canadian tuxedo.
The Canadian tuxedo. That's a better term for it. I love it. Anyways, guys, best question for Mark here. His name is Mark, or Tarzanian King on Instagram. Gets a 50K Maven challenge. I see chat already popping off as we were starting off here. Let's start it off with just break us down who you are, what you do, what do you trade?
Well, my name is Mark. I trade NASDAQ. I've been trading a lot of gold lately. I got into trading about 4 years ago. I'm a business owner as well, and eventually I want to be more on the side of just trading business in terms of just working hourly. So that's the goal, and slowly trying to maintain that and get towards that. So
yeah, cool. What got you into trading?
I wanted to do something that was different, have more financial freedom is the goal, obviously, and the potential for trading is limitless, and that's what inspired me the most, really.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. We were actually just chatting a little bit before this, and you said that you took some gold shorts, right? I was on the long side.
Yeah, I shorted gold last week before the push down and the pullback, you could say, because we're still in an uptrend on the monthly basis, really. I mean, gold's only in an uptrend, but the pullbacks have been not very common. And I shorted at that 4,000 mark. And on the weekly level, aside from the daily, it did look bearish. So that's, sometimes the daily can kind of confuse you a bit. So I look at the overall movement, especially on the weekly, and honestly, I go on the monthly quite a bit as well. But 4 hour and weekly, and I use everything. But I think more so, I think intuition is a big part of trading, which I know some people don't agree with, and it's all strategy. But I am a big intuition guy that I believe plays a big role, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I longed that level 4,000, and to me, yeah, there's a lot of momentum to the downside. It makes a lot of sense. I'm still looking at potentially gold ripping up a little bit more here, but was it just an intuition play that you thought it was going to go down? Was it a fundamental play, sentiment sort of thing?
Well, my analyst was showing we are going to push down. I use a EMA system. Uh, Pretty straightforward. EMA is zones, trend lines, channels. I've kind of created my own system with what my eyes see because everyone's eyes see differently in the
Hmm.
markets, and I I realized that we're heading into a bit of a downtrend short term when I started seeing the people lining up to buy gold on the news.
Yeah,
And once those retailers get in, they're not going to let that happen. So
yeah.
uh, I watched, I don't know, they were in London and Montreal, people lined out for miles buying gold. And I thought, well, I better short. And what do you know, one day later after that's on the news, what happens? And
Wild.
there's some key levels. I think, you know, third it was a 39.50, which we broke. That was my target that I've been looking at for days. But there is also a key level a little bit lower. I don't know. I think it's 38.30. Uh,
Mhm.
and I thought, well, if I long here, that's going to be it would work out too well. And everyone else, you know, the 4,000, 39.50, 4,000 mark, everyone else is. I just think, what are the big institutions going to do? It's
Yeah,
one. So I,
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting. So you
Um,
you have a combo of different things where you're basically trying to go against a lot of the retail sentiment, right? Hey, gold's going to go to the moon, right? So it must come down now, right?
yeah,
And then you saw a good level where traders are probably trying to buy, like myself, right? And you're like, okay, the traders can't all be right, so we gotta milk them out a little bit more. So you went for
yeah,
one more quick short down.
yeah. That they're just trying to grab whatever they can for the liquidity before, uh,
Yeah.
you know, now I'm looking at positions to turn into big swings at never close.
Mark, you spoke a
Yeah.
little bit about intuition and that. How do you yourself build intuition? Is that from time on the screens? What give you a little bit of advice to the viewers?
I think intuition, and this is speculative. I think intuition. Some people have great intuition, some people don't. From time on the charts, uh, I have just seen things play out and seeing what happens, and being able to look away from this, from buying and selling, and just seeing what's happening, and not always looking for positions, and what if I was entering here? What if I
Sure.
was doing this? And just taking a step back and looking at what's going on, instead of always looking for an opportunity to buy or sell, because then you instantly create a bias.
Hmm.
And after years and years of just staring at charts, I would say that my intuition's been very good. But one thing that I've been lacking is my conviction with my intuition.
Hmm.
And that's a good buddy of mine that I trade with, and he's a great trader. And I was talking to him, and he said, uh, you need the conviction with your intuition, because if your intuition, your gut feeling is saying to do this, and you do it, that's partial conviction. But if you can't stick that out for the long haul, then your conviction is weak. And that's what I still struggle with. Um, you see a lot of pips or a lot of dollar profits. Well, why are you not stacking on those profits if you have so much conviction for that one trade to go up or down? So those entries could be, you know, a week's worth of trading in one trade.
Yeah.
Cool. I got a question here by Trader Bez. What does your daily routine look like? Basically,
Psychotic.
yeah. We'll walk us through your trading side of the routine. Like, how would you go into the markets and figure out what you want to do for the day?
I don't actually wake up too early before the market opens. I only really look at the charts about 20 minutes before New York opens, if that's what I'm trading. I usually just wake up, have my black coffee, have a quick shower. I haven't been doing cold showers as much as I should be, but a cold shower just gets me alert, gets me started for the day. Black coffee and a nicotine pouch gets me locked in. And I don't think you need to complicate a morning trading routine. What I do is I have a whiteboard that's kind of sits behind my screens with all my rules.
Yeah.
And so I just look at those and I convince myself that I'm letting myself down if I don't follow those. So yeah, I might lose, or I might this and this, might lose a trade or not follow a setup, but I really created an emotional attachment to that whiteboard with my rules. So if I break the rules, I look at the chart and I go, oh man, like I let myself down. So I don't try to complicate it too much. I don't, I pray in the mornings, and I ask for guidance as well. So that's
so. What are the rules that you got on that whiteboard? You got the whiteboard? Can you show us?
No, it's downstairs. But what I have is like max 5 trades, and I still struggle with that because I see setups, and maybe I did a bad entry, or maybe you always mess up on entries and stop losses and lot sizes, and so it gives you less leeway to have error. So max 5 trades. I don't count that as stacking trades. So if I'm stacking trades, I only count that as one.
Like adding to a trade?
Adding to a trade, yeah.
Okay.
Which what I've really, above anything, have been working on the most. Trading hours. If I'm trading Asian session, what time frame is that? If I'm trading London, what time is that? I try not to trade London because that's middle of the night for me and you.
Yeah.
So trading hours, max trades, how much conviction do I have with my trades? Is it following my strategy? And sometimes that is one rule that I will break, and I don't recommend this, but I will classify intuition as part of my strategy. So sure that my trend line and my EMA system might not fully align up, but you can't always use the EMA system. You can't, sometimes it's not functional. Sometimes there's too much chop in the market. And so if I take the EMA system out, I have to put another system in as well. And so that's what I do. But I try not to look for, Fibonacci retracement, or I won't add anything else to the chart to find a setup. But I only have like 5 rules, and I'll change those rules time to time.
Or man, that's risky.
A max loss.
Changing your rules.
But you have to change your rules in order to progress in the game. Like if I have a $100 account, $500 account, how am I supposed to grow that from a percent wise if my max loss is only $25 and my max profit is only $50? You have to grow that incrementally. So if I grew that to 500 or 1,000, my percent will still stay the same, but I need to see numbers with stop losses changing and profits. So yeah, I can have max 2% a day, max 1% loss, but I need to see those numbers. So I change that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
see
to
what
read,
you're saying in terms
read
of
the chat.
intuition, and like sometimes different market conditions call for different styles of trading. Essentially, that what you like is trying to say.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
how do you if you're largely betting off of sort of anti-sentiment and trying to do these psychological plays, how do you position yourself to take a loss or you know what I mean? Like where would you exit out?
usually, like if I'm looking at a chart, so
Yeah,
to speak. So if I was to enter at that mark for a long at 39.50, there's another zone right below that, or I don't know, 100, $150 lower.
yeah.
I would probably put my stop loss there, and I would have a bigger stop loss with a smaller entry just because we are going downward.
Are you,
Yeah. Okay.
are you
Sorry,
mainly swing trading, market swing trading, day trading? Like what?
I try to do both. I
Okay,
try to set myself up for swing trades with just the remainder 20% profits.
sure.
So
And are you?
I will
Sorry.
only take 80%. I mean, if why would you want to enter a swing trade at not the right moment?
Yeah.
And same thing, why would you not want to enter a day trade at the right moment? And those are the same thing. So I'm only going to enter a trade that I think could be a possible bigger
Sure.
play.
And
It's too risky for me.
are you trading your own cash accounts or prop firms? Like what's your take on that?
I used to trade prop firms for a long time, and I did really
Sure.
well. I'm all cash now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Any
like
reason
prop
for that?
firms. Pardon me.
Any reason for that? Like what was the reason behind going more to cash accounts?
I think prop firms are a great step to fund your live account,
Sure.
Mhm.
and it creates. A lot of people think it's restricting rules, but I think they're good rules to create healthy habits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know there's some prop firms you can only hold a trade for minimum of 5 minutes. People say that's
Mhm.
BS. Man, why are you entering a trade if you're not going to hold it for 5 minutes,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I completely get you with there. You know, the couple rules that we have on Maven, for example, is no martingale, right? That's one of them. And people say, "Hey, I want to do martingale." I'm like, you really don't, because
You don't.
you're going to use martingale, you're going to
Yeah.
use it. It's going to be great for a year, and then you're going to make 100 grand, and then you're going to blow it all one day, and
In a day.
you're gonna be so depressed and suicidal, and that's we're saving lives here by having that martingale
Oh,
rule.
truly. Um, I I run for a few years. I've been running some algorithms and EAs, and a lot of the space now is full of EAs and trading bots,
Mhm.
and most of them are just
Yeah.
martingale. And
Yeah, they
Mhm.
are.
um, I've been working on one for years, and it's fantastic. It does amazing
Mhm.
until day 29, where it gets liquidated.
You should just
Uh,
pull out on day 28 then every time.
yeah, it's yeah, exactly, yeah. So it does really well until it doesn't,
Yeah.
and there's no turning back from when it does do bad because of the martingale strategy.
Mhm. Yeah, I got
That's
a
my
I got a question here from Head and Tails. You talk a lot about intuition. How do you differentiate the emotion of intuition versus greediness? Right? If you're getting intuition on a play, how do you differentiate that from you basically going on tilt? You know what I mean?
that's a good question. Um,
Right? It's a killer question.
so the question is, am I using my intuition wisely,
Yeah,
or am I getting greedy,
FOMOing.
so to speak?
Yeah. Like the gold
I mean,
play, for
yeah.
example, right? The gold play that you took the short there, we can even use that as an example, right? You said you had the intuition that they were going to take out the stops, right, of the traders, basically, right? How did you know that that was the play and it wasn't you FOMOing into shorts?
My strategy as well was aligning up with my so to speak bias. If you do look at the weekly, I had a trend line, a dotted trend, or I know not a trend line, a zone level, a dotted line that was marked out, and to me it just looked like we were pulling back up for a further downside. There wasn't enough momentum to the upside. And if you look at the 30-minute chart, even if with no analysts, if there's one thing that I have realized over the years is if there's a big drop in the chart and or up or down, and that's on the left side of the chart, and those lines, those lines are straight down, and you have a whole lot of upside. We'll use gold right now. Upside consolidation. I call upside consolidation movement. That's where there's a ton of movement up and down. But if you zoom out, it looks like it's going up.
Yeah, we really had like a dead cat bounce off that 4K level, right?
Yeah.
You know, I know what you're talking about, and basically that you're looking for that V bottom, right? And exactly what you're saying is, you know, off that bottom, it basically just went right, and there was no conviction. We didn't even test the previous levels that it dropped off of. You know, whatever it was, 4,075, right? We just kind of sat there and did nothing till the next day. So, you know, London definitely woke up and said, hey, this is not coming up.
And we couldn't beat that 4140 level.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Same thing, hey? When it
on that pullback, I'm just looking at the chart now. You see it pulls up to 4140, goes down, hits lows, matches the new low, goes up to 4140, goes down and comes back up and doesn't even come close. Well, it comes close, but you know, it doesn't break that. Yeah, exactly, right there.
Yeah, and then that's a failure to keep going to these new highs. You had the same sort of thing down here on another level, you know, just a little dinky little bounce there, right? And then, you know, I bought myself 1 ounce of gold down here, but
if you bring that lower green bar over to the far left, if you drag that bar all the way over, so
which one?
So that lower zone you have marked up.
This one here.
40.
Green, blue bars, 4140.
So the lower one there. Extend that one to the left side of the chart.
Yeah, way over here.
Yeah, there. It can't break that, and that's a big area to look at.
Yeah, I see what you're saying right here.
I
right?
look a lot of the other side.
Yeah, the far left side. Yeah, because you do have levels that are significant past here still. That all align, right?
Yeah, so that's why what I was. I actually entered a gold trade last night. So
yeah, how are we feeling about the market overall? U.S. economy, all that jazz. We've been absolutely pumping lately. Are you a bull up here?
Yes.
I hope not, because I'm short right now.
You're short.
I think
not NQ though. Not NQ.
Oh, what are you short on?
Sure.
YM.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think we'll for sure get a good pullback. I mean, I'm not a gap player, but there's big gaps in there that will be filled. What's the mathematical equation? I think it's gaps take at least 72 hours to fill. If you look at statistics.
Yeah, I heard something interesting about a gap actually by Trader Dante way back in the day.
Yeah.
He
Tom,
said
yeah.
70% chance that a gap will fill after it. I don't think this one worked, but if you've got that gap, let's put it on a higher time frame. He says 70% chance that when it happens, it'll fill between 1 hour, but this one obviously failed already, right?
Yeah.
So he would have done a trade like this, and he has 70% chance that the next day it'll fill before it goes to that stop, right? And I'm not sure if that's still valid, but that was something back in the day I heard.
Yeah, I had a short last night, and I got stopped out. It wasn't anything crazy. My take profit was the end of that gap. So
yeah,
I think overall, if you have to look at the markets as almost it might sound bad, but almost as fraudulent. Is it truly based off the economy nowadays? I mean, you can pump money into thin air. It's, a guy who has orange hair says a word and the markets go crazy.
Yeah. This move right here.
So
what did the guy make? 900 million or something, and he opened up a short seconds before. There was there's an insider trader that made 900 million, I think, on this.
Wow.
Oh, it was not. Yeah, it was
300 million.
Something insane. It was a wallet that shorted Bitcoin.
Yes.
A new wallet that shorted Bitcoin. I think it was 5 minutes before the Orange Messiah.
Almighty Messiah. No longer do we praise ICT, we praise Trump, the king of the markets.
And so, I mean, that's probably Barron. Let's be honest. It's probably Barron's whale account.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, the math adds up.
So, speaking of Bitcoin,
I don't personally trade Bitcoin.
No, not at all. Hey,
I have a theory on Bitcoin. But
let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, let's do it. So going to zero?
I believe, and there's been speculation with things that people and the government officials are saying, is that the U.S. has 40 something trillion in debt now. I think it's 39 or 40 trillion in debt. They have a plan to pump Bitcoin to oblivion and beyond, and then rug it, and then move into their own digital currency.
You think the U.S. economy, the U.S. government, is going to rug pull the entire world?
Oh, 100. Well, they do every day.
Okay.
I love. They're going to use it to put in a digital currency for sure.
Mark, I love the idea.
Man,
but you know the riots that would happen.
Yeah, I don't know if
they would completely overthrow the government.
Bitcoin, but they'll pump it for sure so that they can eliminate some of their debt.
Maybe. I'm just imagine all of Bitcoin going to zero, and then all of a sudden the U.S. economy is like, oh, we're debt free. Paid off all our debts.
But no, I don't think it's going to zero. That's for sure.
I see. Yeah, it would be completely brand new thing if that happened. That would be really cool. I heard somewhere that someone was saying that Putin was responsible for it, and then what they're planning to do is to rug pull it over there and then steal all the money from the Americans and whatnot that have invested, right?
They're probably trying to do that to each other.
They're battling. They're both battling with Bitcoin, trying to market make each other. That's the new war.
Yeah, the new war, Bitcoin war.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Let's see if we got any more questions. I'm not reading chat here. Thoughts on AI? AI-driven trading, as well as the markets have been pumping. Like the Nasdaq has been pumping largely because this is a AI-driven pump, right? All of these tickers, right? Google, Apple, whatever it is, they're all running AI. Job markets are actually down, which is, the first time in history where the markets are pumping with, unemployment rates skyrocketing, completely driven by AI. Do you have any opinions or thoughts or anything that you can add to that? AI
Well, it'd be an
trade?
interesting one to see what happens with Amazon stock as they're laying off 30,000 employees and moving to AI robots.
Yeah.
So I don't trade Amazon, but I'm going to keep track of Amazon just to see what happens with the reactions.
I don't see Amazon stock right now.
Um,
Give us more information on that. When is that expected to happen?
I think within the next few weeks, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Sort of a gradual setback.
Now that's an interesting topic, is like, if everyone starts losing their jobs, unemployment skyrocketing. Have you ever heard of universal basic income?
Oh, yes.
Do you have any knowledge on that?
I mean, it's a socialistic sort of utopian vibes.
Well, the interesting thing that's just on my mind right now is because, hey, 30,000 people get laid off of Amazon. Let's say, NVIDIA does the same thing next. Let's say Tesla does the same thing next. And all these workers that are doing, various manual labors, right? They all laid off. And now you got millions of people without jobs. What are they supposed to do, right? They're going to start programming AI. Like, I don't think everyone has the capability to be able to program AI.
I don't think so either. I don't even have capabilities. I don't have many capabilities. I can look at squiggly lines, hunt.
Oh, yeah. Hunting for trades, hunting for deer. I got it.
That's about all I can do. I for AI in terms of trading, I mean, how can you only have winning AI systems? I don't know how that would work. I mean, the market is the market because there's liquidity grabs, there's shorts, there's longs. That's what makes these lines that we're staring at. So I'm not sure how that would work. I think there's some companies who have billions and billions of dollars and endless resources to create systems that work with AI. But I'm not sure how that would affect the long run of everything. If I don't have too much to say on that because I'm not exactly sure. I mean,
right on. That's fine.
Always win.
That's fine. I got an interesting question. What was your last losing trade? Do you remember it?
I mean, this morning on NASDAQ.
Right on. What happened and why'd you lose?
I just left the trade overnight. I thought we were going to push down, and then I guess market open. I didn't even look at the trade because it's a small one. I didn't have any sort of ties to it. I thought it was going to be a swing trade, and so I took a look and it was closed. So I assumed I hit my stop loss. But I was on the 30-minute chart. It was a poor upside movement. And when I went to bed, I was in some profit. Yeah, right around there. And we couldn't break past that previous high. So it was more of like a swing trade. Let's see if it'll play out sort of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be super hesitant shorting NASDAQ with any sort of action like right now. It's probably just going to continue trickling up until it just flash crashes, which it usually does, right? But to time that flash crash is a really annoying task.
Yeah. That's why my entry was small.
Yeah.
And I didn't even care but the probabilities are pretty low, but the result of if that trade did work out would have been great for the money based aspect. So it was worth it to me for what it could have been with that gap there.
Yeah.
Trader
So
CC
it
is
was worth
asking
it for me.
about Trader CC is asking about if you use any red folder news events or I guess economic data to help guide your conviction.
I don't actually.
Mhm.
I use red folder news to know when to not trade.
Gotcha.
That's it. That's truly it. You know, they have numbers out there, and a lot of the numbers that they put out, I don't know if they're real or not. Maybe. I'm personally not really a fundamentals guy, and maybe I should. Maybe I would be a better trader if I used more fundamentals.
Yeah.
But I look at the charts and what the lines show, and I try to stay clear away from so much noise because there's so many fundamentals coming from every angle. People saying different things, experts at the yin yang saying one thing, and you know, people say the market's going to absolutely crash, and then others say it's going to never stop going high. Who do I listen to?
That's not fundamentals though, not necessarily. That's like what I'm talking about is economic data, right? Which is
on how but that's also the interpretation of the economic data, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, in my mind, it's pretty hard to, think of
inflation numbers.
If inflation's going up, right, that means one thing. It means people have less money to spend. If rates get cut, it means they're going to borrow more. I mean, it's pretty hard to not to do the opposite of what's right in that sense. But I know what you're talking about, where hey, Gaza's at war. What does that mean? Right? You know what I mean? Like people saying it's good, it's bad. It's just a news headline, right? It could mean anything, just deciphered by the users, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's
James,
why I should probably learn more on fundamentals.
Do you, James? Do you remember Trader Nick being on here a couple weeks back?
Yeah, so he spoke a lot about the fundamental aspect. I found it quite interesting because I'm like you, Mark. I don't really look at fundamentals in it. I'm literally just trading what's in front of me, But I think he's a little bit different. He might hold trades for like 3 months sometimes, stocks or index plays and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really. I think my longest trade, if I have like a runner, might be like a week, and that's like very rare. I'm more intraday. Maybe if I have a run, I'll leave it overnight or, for maybe 1 or 2 days. But yeah, I think the fundamentals is more like, also, I think it's hard to time fundamentals because the fundamentals can be saying one thing, but the only thing that really matters is the price in front of you, on the chart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's in front of you right now?
That's why it's wise to combo both, right?
Yeah,
I'm giving his Edge Finder tool a go. I'm testing that out, so we'll see over the course of the next couple months to see how good my fundamentals are with adding it to the trading.
Keep me updated. I'd like to know how that goes.
Do you trade any stocks by any chance, Mark? Like yeah.
Sorry, no, just
like in terms of swing trading stocks or anything like that from an intraday or swing trading perspective.
I just buy cash stocks.
Yeah, makes sense.
I kind of stay in my lane. I know some guys that are big options guys and stock traders, and that's something I will get into and reading more on things. But for now, I'm not going to fix what ain't broke. So I'll stick with my gold and NASDAQ.
I think sometimes also like what you just said now, some traders are trying to look for the new shiny object every single week, but sometimes it's maybe their risk management or, the actual entries or something like that rather than their system.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I've looking for the new shiny object, that's one thing to shed light on, especially if you are spending a lot of time on the charts. You're going to find setups. The more time you spend on the charts, that's the more time you are on the charts, the more setups you think you're going to find. And that to me is just more room for error. I try to spend as little time on the charts that I can. And that doesn't mean I'm spending no time on the charts. It's just how efficient can I make my time on the charts? If I spend too much time on the charts, I'm seeing entries. I'm seeing moves that might not really be there, or false moves. So I try to limit my screen time the best I can, because it's easy to get carried away, and we've all done it, to look at a chart for 10 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there on a bad day. Sometimes I wait until Asia rolls over, and then I get on to Asia and I sit and I overtrade some more, and I try to scalp Asia so I can make the money back. And I'm sitting there, and some days I ruin myself doing that, sitting there for 12 hours. Exactly what you're saying.
Asian is an interesting session that I've found, because you can have such clear moves and good momentum, and other days it's like staring at paint dry.
Does nothing. Yeah.
So how do I know which day is going to do that and which day is not? That's something I haven't figured out. I know other guys have. So
I know that generally what I've seen is, if you've had a strong trending day, Asia kind of tends to just follow it, right? If you've got, New York did pretty strong, Asia tends to just trickle, right? Because Asia is very largely not trying to manipulate you or anything, right? There's no crazy volume. The banks aren't trading, right? So it's largely just kind of consumer sentiment that just kind of gets added to the pile, right?
That's a good example you're just showing there.
So you can see, big rally here on the NASDAQ at the end. Asia kind of just continues, right? Flat day, right? Asia continued a bit up, right? You can kind of look back and see, if things are bullish, Asia will tend to just kind of follow and trickle. There's no manipulation. Largely plays via fundamentals, right? Because you get a lot of earnings reports and things like that too in the overnight session.
Sometimes also the in Asia, like the Japanese stocks could influence that, as well. If something's happening, sometimes we get big wicks from the Bank of Japan saying stuff too. That's what I've seen in Asia as well. Yeah.
Probably not on the NASDAQ though, but on gold.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what the news is. I know there's been a few times where I think it was like a year ago where they said they're cutting rates like for the first time in like 20 years, and there was some
interesting.
Yeah.
That reaction makes no sense, and I absolutely love it, because consumers just they're cutting rates in Japan. We should short the U.S. stock market. Crazy that.
There's a couple questions here that I'm seeing. Are you okay with I just kind of answer them?
Yeah, totally.
So I saw this question. He said it earlier. Trader 007. The question is what
James
to do
Bond.
with James Bond. What to do with the psychology when you pass the evaluation and funded, but after getting funded an account, with the emotions with money to get the payout, and you break the rules and fail to FU.
I've done that 4 times in a row lately.
When I get funded, I don't trade that account for 2 days.
Nice.
And because you're in such a celebratory stage, and that's the worst stage to be in, is a celebratory stage. Just act like nothing happened and just keep trading. Don't trade it for a day or two. Just if you pass it in New York session, you're 99% of us, myself included, we're like, oh, I can't wait till I get those account details so I can just trade.
Yeah.
Just don't trade for 2 days.
Interesting. Wait till next week even.
Come back. Yeah.
Wait until next
Monday, man. Wait till Monday, and just get grounded, and let your nervous system calm down, because that's a big feat. That's something that you've worked so hard for. And you don't run a marathon, win, and then be like, oh man, I'm going to run another marathon.
Yeah. So, totally. That's hilarious.
Because it's another journey in its whole self.
A lot of thing I try to teach on my live streams and whatnot is very much like, okay, let's say you took a big win or even a big loss, right? It doesn't matter. A lot of people ask questions like, what do you do after a big loss, right? And you have to realize exactly what you said. It's a marathon, right? It doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter, because what are you going to do with that money that you either just won or lost? Are you gonna withdraw the money you just won out of your trading account? What's it going to do? It's going to, if you withdrew it, you could probably have a pretty fun weekend. You know what I mean? Like, what? Then it's gone, right? So you're just going to leave it there, and it doesn't mean anything, right? Not until it's like years down the line, right? So I like your motto: have a zin and a coffee, celebrate.
Go work out
Monday. Go work out. Yeah.
Don't even think about the charts, and come back on Monday. There's one more question here that I saw right below it. Tarzanian, when the journey felt invisible, no recognition, no results, what did you tell yourself to keep showing up? Was it faith in the process, fear of regret, or something no one else could see? I don't think anybody sees the struggle that a trader deals with on a day-to-day basis, especially if he's not successful yet. From the outside world looking in, there's nothing wrong with you, but there's battles and demons that you're fighting every day that we all know about. And you have to have unrealistic persistence for never quitting, where it's almost to the point where it's like illogical. Like if you were to go and do something in the real world, you'd probably learn a lesson and stop what you're doing because you failed so much. This isn't for me. But every loss can be an opportunity for success, and every loss can be a lesson if you decide that to be. I don't think you should get much recognition when you're winning, only because that kind of fuels your dopamine. I think you should have one or two traders that you communicate with, or even guys that you're learning from, or you're all new. Celebrate your wins, talk about your losses. But I have a group of guys where like, hey man, I did this today, or hey, I'm almost at a payout, and I'll say, don't celebrate yet. There's no reason to celebrate. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anything emotionally get in the way, and just keep on going. And no recognition feels, when the journey felt invisible, no recognition. It's a solo journey, man. It's a solo journey, and you need to master yourself in order to succeed outside the charts. And I'm a firm believer in that. You need to self-mastery with controlling your emotions, being disciplined in your daily habits, with how you react. With how you react to things in your daily life will exactly replicate on the charts. If someone cuts you off in traffic and that wrecks your day. You overcook bacon, that wrecks your day. You need to replicate your daily life on how you would want to replicate on the charts, and just do that. And that takes years. And what did I tell myself to keep showing up? You have to visualize the success. You have to already believe that you are successful. You have to appreciate what you're going to receive while you're trading. While you're trading in the morning, be like, I'm grateful that I am going to be a successful trader. You have to believe that in order to truly be successful. You don't open a business and be like, it might work.
Yeah.
No, you open the business because you know it'll work. And I think that's just what you have to keep telling yourself. And was it faith in the process? Yeah, I pray to God every day. and grateful for all the struggles he's given me, and that I am accepting what he has in store for me in the future.
Nice.
No regrets.
Okay. Good stuff. I think we're wrapping up here. I think that was a good sort of summary of, I usually ask, your takeaway sort of advice. And I think you nailed it with a little bit of a summary there.
That last question there was good enough.
Exactly. Yeah. Where can people find you?
My Instagram, I'm not too out there, but my Instagram is Tarzanian Viking. I do have a Discord that's free as well that I just post everything on, my daily markups, and that's more just a journal for myself. It's on my Instagram as well. I think that's a good habit to get into, is creating a daily journal that people can see. It keeps accountability, and it keeps you accountable and makes you make smart decisions.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mark, for joining us. We do this every single
I appreciate
Tuesday, 11 a.m. EST. If you guys want to see who won the 50K challenge, it's going to be in the Discord. Join discord.gg/Maven. You can check out maventrading.com if you want to get your own account as well. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Good luck with your trading.
Thank you. You as well.